Happy Tip Tuesday, Facebook friends. Welcome back. Thank you to all of you who are here faithfully week after week for my Healthy Living Tuesday tips. And for those of you who are brand new to my network, I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Kelly Simpson and I am an Arbonne independent consultant. And one of the things I love to do is to reach out to you, my Facebook network, every Tuesday with some aspect of healthy living, because I believe that healthy habits, when practiced over time, lead to a healthy lifestyle. So week by week, tip by tip, habit by habit, together we are building a healthy living nation. So I coach a program, it's called 30 Days to Healthy Living. And in that program, what we do is we reduce inflammation and we take you through a very strategic coached program where we eliminate inflammatory foods and really just detoxify over the course of 30 days. And the results are astonishing. I love when I'm coming to the end of a 30-day period with a specific group getting comments and feedback. So I was reading through the comments this morning and I'll just relay some of them. Feeling better than ever, sleeping better than ever, lost 15 pounds, have stopped sneezing, my allergies have been eliminated, this is a lifestyle, I am an Arbonne user for life. Just those kinds of great feedback are what it's all about for me. It's a system that is easy, and if you've watched me for any period of time, you know I'm all about making healthy, simple, fast, and easy. So today's recipe is going to be something that keeps that in mind, and it also is nutrient dense. It is packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. So in our 30 Days to Healthy program, that's something that we really focus on. We focus on anti-inflammatories. We want to reduce inflammation. And when you reduce inflammation, you reduce the likelihood of your inflammation over a long period of time leading to an autoimmune disease, which is what happens. So this anti-inflammatory, delicious butternut squash and acorn squash soup is so easy to make. I'm gonna whip it up right here. So I did pre-bake my acorn squash, but I have to just give you a little side note and tip here. A lot of people avoid these delicious squash because they're kind of difficult to deal with. I've found a really easy way to cut through this super hard exterior and do it in a safe way. It can actually be kind of scary to cut one of these things if you just grab a knife. But here's my secret tip. I've cut these because I used half of a butternut squash and half of an acorn squash. This is an acorn squash and this is a butternut squash. The reason I've chosen these two is because this one is the sweetest of all of our winter squashes, and this is peppery, and I love the combination of a peppery flavor and squash. But both are loaded with beta carotene, vitamin A, manganese, potassium, magnesium, and a lot of fiber. So we really try to pack as much nutrition and nutrients into our meals as possible in our 30 Days to Healthy Living and beyond. So here's my trick. So I have a big, very sharp knife, and I went into the garage and I grabbed Jim's mallet. So here's the way I cut a butternut squash. Of course, I've cut these in half already, but I'm just gonna show you quickly. You just put the knife on top of the squash, give it a pound, just pound on it, and it'll cut right through. And then very carefully, just readjust the knife until you get it in a position where you can cut all the way through. Super simple and safe. And that is going to make your life a lot easier than trying to saw through these things. Anyway, so that's cut. All right, so I cut these this morning, and then I pulled out the seeds. They have a little hollowed out area. You pull the seeds out, and then I simply put in a tablespoon of coconut oil and half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, which is ginger, clove, nutmeg, and also a little cinnamon, and then half a teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric, again, another highly anti-inflammatory food that it's from a root similar to ginger and tastes delicious, and it's just packed with nutritional properties. So in the hollowed out center of each of the squash, I put all of those ingredients, and then I just baked these guys on a cookie sheet in the oven at 375 for roughly an hour. Put a fork in it, see if it's soft, and you want it to be soft because it's going to go in a soup. So once it's baked, then you just we're going to put it into, you can use a food processor or a blender. I love my Vitamix blender because it'll liquefy just about anything I put in it. So you're just going to pull the insides out, make sure you get all that delicious stuff out of that little cove in your squash, and put that, you want to leave the skin off. So you're going to get rid of the skin, but put all the meat in there. And then that's the butternut squash. Really, really nice, sweet, buttery flavor in the butternut squash. And put the acorn squash in. Get as much of the meat out of there as you can. And then I'm going to put in a cup of almond milk. You can even use vanilla flavored almond milk, which is delicious. It just gives it a little more hint of sweetness and flavor. And then a cup of, I'm using vegetable broth. You could use chicken broth if you like. Put that in, and then you're just going to put it in the food processor or on your blender and blend it up. I'll do that here just for a second. It's fast. It happens quickly. So that's all there is to it. And then I pour it into a pan, and if you want it a little, you just decide what your consistency is. If you need a little more, if you need it liquefied a little bit more, just add some more broth to it. And then put it on the stove, heat it up until it's at the temperature that you like to serve your soup, and enjoy a delicious, nutritious, very nutrient dense soup on these chilly winter evenings. So that is my Healthy Living Tuesday tip for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you'll comment below if it sounds like something that you might like to try, and if you have any questions. And also, I would love it if you will click, comment, and share. That's the way we are building this healthy living nation. So have a great week. I can't wait to see you again next week for another Healthy Living Tuesday tip. And until then, make the best of every day. All right, bye-bye.